I have got my ingredients ready. I have got water, I have got flour, and I have got salt. So let's get started. It's my mixing bowl, all clean, ready to go. I'm going to get a spoon because I don't actually like touching it that much. Right, first thing I'm going to add is my 1 cupful of flour. So I'm going to actually put my cup inside my bowl, so if it spills, it doesn't matter too much because it'll be inside my mixing bowl. Okay, so I have now got 1 cupful of flour. Pour that in. Now I'm going to do half a cup of salt. Still going. Nearly there. I've got half a cup of salt. Pour that in. And lastly, I need half a cup of water. Okay, so I've got half a cup of water there, which I'm going to pour in most of it, but not quite all of it. And then I'm going to start mixing it together. You see it's starting to look like this. You can use your fingers to do this. I'm just going to wait till it's a bit more mixed together before I get my hands in there. Right, I'm now going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on the side here. This means it won't stick to the sides. And roll my sleeves up a bit. Okay, my bowl is now empty because I'm going to put that to one side. And here's the mucky bit now where I use my hands. As you can see, it's starting to come together nicely. So Willow class, you'll remember we did our Stone Age necklaces and we used the same things to make this. So now that's looking quite nice and soft. Can you see? It's a bit like Play-Doh. This is just called salt dough. But we must not eat this. It is not something we can eat. It would give you a tummy ache. So there we go. And that is salt dough for now. Now we need to shape it. So, okay, now we have got our salt dough. We can have a bit of a tidy up, put things away. Move all these to one side. And I'm going to keep my flour out because I actually want to roll my salt dough. I want to roll it flat. So I've got my rolling pin. I'm just going to roll it like this because we are going to be making some Easter egg shapes out of this salt dough. If you've got some left over, you can make anything else, but what we are going to do is I'm going to show you in a separate video how to make Easter eggs and decorate them. Okay, so I've got my nice flat shape here, as you can see. It's getting a little bit sticky on the edge. And now I need to make an egg shape. Eggs are quite tricky to make, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to make an egg shape. So I realise eggs are actually quite tricky to draw. So what I've done is I've got one of these containers, a piece of paper and a pencil. So I am going to draw around the bottom half of my container. So I've got a shape like that. And then I'm going to come up so that I'm going to spin it over. So I drew around this part. Now I'm going to draw around this part. So I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to draw it about here. And I'm going to draw around the top half of that. So then I'll have a shape that looks like this. I then need to draw lines to join them together so I get an egg shape. Doesn't have to be too accurate because we're going to cut it out. So I have ended up with an egg shape like this, just by drawing around this cup. So now I'm going to cut it out, and then I can use this as my template to cut round it to make an egg out of salt dough. Some of you might even have cutters that are in the shape of Easter eggs at home, which would be even more helpful. Right, so this is my egg shape. Now I'm going to put it on top of my salt dough, and then I'm going to get a butter knife and I'm going to cut around my egg. So I'm going to just go around like this. And then I'm going to peel the bits around the edge away. This is where I hope I have used enough flour. And I'm going to take my... Wow, this is looking really cool. So I just need to be really careful when I pick it up. Might curl a little, but I can show you. Oh no, don't stick too much. So there is my egg shape. I can use my fingers just to make it. It's not the easiest thing. Quite hard to show you. There you go. There is my egg shape. So I can squidge around the edges to make it more egg-like. Okay, I'm going to put that back down. And I'm just going to manipulate it a bit more so it looks more like an egg. If you need to put more flour down so it doesn't stick, that's a good idea. So I'm going to make that nice an egg shape. Once you have made your egg shape out of your salt dough, you are going to need to cook it to make it go hard, because it's not hard, it's all soft at the moment. So I'm going to cook mine in the microwave because it's quick and easy, and I'm going to pop it in for a minute, turn it over, and then cook it for another minute. You will need to ask a grown-up to help at this point because it gets very, very hot. Please be careful. When your egg comes out of the microwave, you will need to leave it to rest for a little while because it's going to be very hot, and the longer you leave it, the harder it will be. This one has gone really hard already, so that is going to be ready to paint. They don't always come out perfect. This one's got little bubbles on, this one's got little bumps on, but that's fine. When you paint it, it's going to look great.